you could join. It's glad to have you here today. We have two wonderful artists, very good friends, brand ambassadors, both from Italy, Raffaele, and we have Lorena. They've been on before. They're always on the Facebook side for sure, answering questions. So it's going to be good to see their work today. There's one thing I've asked both Lorena and Raffaele if they could do, and it's for you as the viewers. Lorena does beautiful work with portraits and skin tone, and it might be useful as she's going through. She's going to say some of the colors she's using. When I was watching it, it wouldn't be colors I would ever use for skin tone, although I'm not a painter. And it was just awesome the way it turned out. So I think you may want to try it along with her, not necessarily doing a portrait, but just trying the colors and see how your blend can get to where skin tone is. And then Raffaele is, I don't know what he's going to be doing today, but he's certainly a master at doing landscapes. And he will also give some insights on a small piece that you could do. Last week it was Anna Marie, and that's what she asked. I know when Ashley's a master at doing eyes. So I think each one, when they come on, is trying to give you a small 30-minute look at what's taking them either a lifetime or decades to learn. And, you know, as somebody said, practice makes perfect. I think it was just Ash a little while ago in learning different languages. It's just trying. So I hope you'll do that. And I hope you enjoy what the two artists have today. Raffaele, Lorena, it's great to see you today. Can we go ladies first and do Lorena first, Raffaele?
Yes, okay, I will start. Thank you, Raffaele. You are a gentleman. Okay, I'm happy to be here. Thank you to all of you. And I'm happy to show you my dot card and explain you something about my color and how I realize the skin tones. My dot card is made by this color. I can do this so you can see better. Here you can see the amethyst genuine, the bloodstone genuine, burnt amber, carbazole violet, deep subgreen, geotite, industron blue, lunar blue, lunar black, and lunar blue. Okay, these 9 colors are important for me, and I use them especially for realize the background. These colors are transparent and are not whole, but the big part of them are granulating color. The second part of my dot card is made by the color that I use to realize the skin tones. And I use the Nepal yellow, the new gamboge yellow, organic vermilion, permanent green light, permanent red, quinacridone pink, quinacridone purple, quinacridone sienna, and ultramarine blue. Of course, when I start to paint, I use a lot of color. I was really curious about them. I bought 1,000 color, and because for me it was important to understand the difference between the color. And this is, I think, and I always say to my students, is important know perfectly the characteristic of the color and try them, mix and joke and have fun with the color. But during this process, I feel that some color are more important for me, and I feel this color in a different way. And for this reason, I concentrate my painting on this color, my experiment, my mix on this color. Maybe, or I can say that I am sure that in the next month or year, probably I will change some of this color, because I know that I will change, and if I change, probably I will love and I feel different color in a different way. So I can say this to all of you. You have to try and be curious about color, because every color have a lot of quality of the skill, and you have to not create a limit to improve yourself, to improve your painting or your way of painting. Okay. Looking at this color, this part of my dot card, you can see that these colors are all really strong. And if you think to the skin, probably you say that it's really difficult to obtain the skin tones with this permanent green light, or using this organic vermilion. But this for me is natural, and I like mix this color. And now I will show you how I paint and I use this color. Usually I put the color on my palette, and I work in this way. Okay, I show you. This is the quinacridone pink. You can see that it's really strong. It's wonderful. I choose this quinacridone pink because, you know, the quinacridone color are really transparent, and this is a characteristic very important for me, because if you use transparent color, you can realize a lot of layer, and your painting is always fresh, and the skin is soft. I try and I choose this quinacridone pink, and I mix it with the new gamboge yellow. If I put these two colors on the paper, is incredible that if I mix them, I obtain this color. You can see. And this is a perfect tone for the skin, because it's natural, it's soft, it's warm, and it's fresh. Other color important is the organic vermilion. I put it here. Also, in this case, you see that it's strong, but if I mix it with the new gamboge yellow, I obtain this orange that is also really transparent and fresh. And I can add a little bit of quinacridone pink, and this is the effect. I am sure that you are also curious about the green. I try with other kind of green, like the sap green, but I didn't like the effect. So I try and I find this permanent green light. I do the same. I put it here. And you can see that it's a really strong green. I can mix a little bit with yellow, and then I do this. I mix this green with other color, and I obtain this color. This tone for me is important, and I put this permanent green light where I have a shadow, a light shadow. Okay. These are the most important color, and I use them when I paint, especially child. And now I show you some painting. You can see the effect, and then I will try with other color. So for example, if you look here, you can see perfectly this color are in this part. Here I see the quinacridone pink with the new gamboge. Here on the cheers that are a little bit red, I put the organic vermilion. Here I didn't use the green because all the background was made by cold color. And for this reason, I used the blue. But after I will explain you something about this blue. Now I will show you, for example, this. And here you can see this painting. You can see here yellow and green, yellow and green. And this is really important for me. Put some little stroke of this color on the skin, because how I can say, if you use only pink and after you had other pink and red and pink, at the end you have probably perfect skin, but is not vibrant. It's important use different color to obtain this effect that is more interesting. Sometimes maybe that we are afraid to use some color that are not conventional, but is more fun, more funny use them. Okay. Now, for me, it's important wait a little bit because the paper is wet. So I show you a different mix that is important for the skin, for a different skin. And after I will show you something about the ultramarine blue. Now, sometimes when I paint African people, I use this color, this here, the quinacridone sienna. How I say, the quinacridone sienna is transparent and it's really strong. I can mix it with a little bit of yellow if I want to create some area of light in this way. I can add a little bit of green, permanent green light here. And I obtain a really soft brown, like ochre, I can say. Okay. But if I want to create shadow, I can use a violet. In this case, I add a little bit of quinacridone purple and a little bit of organic vermilion. The paper is wet, so I can spread the color and I obtain a soft effect. I can use also a little bit of quinacridone pink. I can add a little strokes also of ultramarine blue. And I obtain this dark shadow. Now I show you this painting. This is my last painting. Oh, it's big. I hope that you can see. Okay. Okay. If you look this painting, you can see perfectly the color that I show before you. The new gamboge. Here there is the quinacridone sienna, organic vermilion, the green here, green, violet, ultramarine blue, and using this color, all this color, I can create a three-dimensional effect. And is important use warm color and cold color, because also this is important to realize realistic skin. In this case, I use also these two colors, the new gamboge and the quinacridone sienna, to realize the background, but it's only for see. Okay, now the paper is dry and I can explain something different to you. You can see that here there is the ultramarine blue. The ultramarine blue is a color that I love, and I always use ultramarine blue. I put it here. One thing that I want to say to you. If the ultramarine blue, if you look on the brochure, you can see that is a granulating color. If I work the ultramarine blue in this way, I use the brush and I spread the color with the brush, the granulation is reduced, is really a small granulating effect I obtain. And this is important when I work on the skin, because for me it's important that the effect is really soft. If I work on the background, I work in a different way. I wet the paper and then I put on the color. And in this way, I have really nice effect of granulation, okay? So this is another element that is important to explain for me to you, okay? And working in this way, I obtain this cold color that I put where there are the shadow on the face. For example, I show you here in this painting, I return here. You can see here there is the ultramarine blue, here. And this color have some characteristics that are important for me. Now I show you. If I do this,
Lorena, non ti sento più.
Sì, ci sono. Scusami, sono io che ero silenziosa. If I work in this way, I have a perfect fusion between the color, but I don't lose the freshness of my first mix. This is important because there are some other kind of blue, for example, that can change the freshness of this color of this skin. I can add also here on this part. And you see that I don't lose the color that I used before. And I obtained this color. Okay. I think that my favorite color is the quinacridone pink. And I always use this color also when I paint animal or landscape, because it's a color that I feel, okay? Maybe that I change other color, but I'm sure the quinacridone pink will be always my best color. What I say other? About other mix, I can explain you if you want something about this granulating color. I want to explain you something because you can see that I have the Indatron blue and the burnt amber. The Indatron blue is another color that is really important for me. So this color. Okay. And when I paint dark hair, I never use black, but I create a mix using these two colors, Indatron blue and burnt amber. And the final color that I obtain is this. It's really dark, and I like it because if I add a little bit more of brown, I obtain dark color but warm. And if I add more blue, I obtain a dark color cold. Every time when I paint, I can see this. You can see here all these hair are made using these two colors. You can see here Indatron blue and here burnt amber. You see that it's really dark, but I like this solution because I have some different reflection. And with this mix, I always paint the gaze, the pupil, and the eye, the ciglia, the area of the eyes. I don't remember the name.
Pupil?
Yes, the pupil. Another mix that is important for me, you can see in my dot card, I have the deep sap green and I mix it with the violet. And also in this case, I obtain a really, okay, dark color. And sometimes I use this color also for the hair, or sometimes in the background, to realize the background.
5 minutes.
Okay. Another aspect, element that is important for me are this color: the amethyst, the bloodstone, genuine, geotite, lunar black, and lunar blue. I use this color when I have to paint the background, and this color give me the chance to have a different texture, and for me is really interesting see how this color work with the water. I usually,
Lorena, there you have 4 or 5 minutes left.
yes, I explain something about this color. When I paint with this color, I always use the geotite because it's a warm color and help me to create a sensation of warm, and I appreciate this effect of granulating. This color is fantastic, mixed with ultramarine blue. And you can see that I put the color and is the water that work and create the mix. One thing that I think that is important is this: when I work with this granulating color, I bring them from directly from the tube. I never put this lunar blue or other color that are granulating on my palette, because for me it's important that they have a big density.
So in this case, you mixed goethite with lunar blue.
Yes, yes. Because one is warm, the other is a little bit cold, and I like this mix. You can see the effect that I obtain here. Looking at this painting, you can see here there is a warm area with I put the geotite, and also
Gorgeous.
here, yes, here I put the lunar blue, and here there is the lunar black. But it's interesting because these two colors go inside to the hair and create a connection. Another thing that is important and is useful when I paint the hair is that these colors are granulating, and is easy remove them using a flat brush. So sometimes I can obtain some lights using the brush. But interesting is this mix. I work always with 2 or 3 color in the background, no more than 2 or 3.
That's so interesting. We have one question.
Yes.
From Facebook. Diane says, if Lorena hasn't talked about it, I would be interested on her approach in starting her portraits. So how did you start your portraits? I think she means.
I start my portrait using the ultramarine blue. This is my first color. When the drawing is perfectly done, I wet the paper and I start with the ultramarine blue. I put it where I see that there are the shadow, okay? And then I can wait that the paper is perfectly dry. I wet and I start with the first mix that it is made by quinacridone pink and new gamboge. Paint with this color is, in my opinion, easy because you can realize a layer and then you can wait that is dry. You can wet a second time the paper and work in this way. Using transparent color, you never lose the freshness of the painting, and you are how I can say, you paint without be afraid of the result. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you to you.
Thank you, Lorena. That was beautiful. Those are beautiful portraits.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, you're very welcome. Okay. Well, thank you, Lorena. So now we're going to have Raffaele.
Hello. Hello. I
Hello.
am Raffaele Ciccaleni from Italy, and I also want to show my dot card. And I don't know where to start. I don't know where I will end in a small time. So presenting my colors, which changed very little in years. So the first version of this is 4 years ago, and the colors are better this way. The colors are the palette is organized in triads. That means that you can use the colors in an horizontal way, this way. Then I will show you how you can use it in different ways. In the last version of 2 years ago is changed because I swapped Italian burnt sienna for choosing burnt sienna light, which is a little redder. Also, if it doesn't granulate. So the colors are Aureolin, quinacridone rose, cobalt blue, which is my primary triad. Nickel azo yellow, deep scarlet, and phthalo blue red shade, which are, of course, are not primaries, but stronger and more modern colors. Then the classic English landscape triad, which is Monte Amiata natural sienna, which is the best sienna I ever used. The old was Italian burnt sienna, but now I use burnt sienna light. And the blue is French ultramarine. Then there is another stronger organic triad, which is quinacridone gold, perylene maroon, and indanthrone blue. Then I have what is not really a triad, but like all use colors, which are goethite as a yellow, hematite genuine for granulating, and jadeite green, which is the only green in the palette. Then there is the very granulating triad, which is bronzite genuine, Primatec as a yellow, lunar earth as a red, and lunar black as a blue. why using a triad? It depends on what you want to paint, the way in which you want to paint. If you want a realistic, if you want realism in painting, you can, of course, you can use all the range or a very large range of colors for landscape. If you want a moody selection, you can use uncommon selection of colors. So it depends what you want to represent, what you want to paint, what you want to show in what mood or what season you want to show in your painting. This Dotka as an update, let's say, because most colors of this Dotka are now into sets, which are also in triads. So very little different is Orioline, quinacridone rose, and verditer instead of cobalt blue. Then there is the classic section, which is Montemiata natural sienna, burnt sienna light, and French ultramarine, quite the same as in the dot card. Then there are the modern colors, which are nickel azo yellow, deep scarlet, and indanthrone blue. The last triad is the granulating, so bloodstone, genuine, Piemontite, genuine, and a green which can be used in any landscape, which can be granulates beautifully and can be mixed with any colors for getting it yellowish or bluer. So this is the organization of the palette. Of course, you can use in this way, as I said before, you can use in an horizontally way, but you can also use all the shades you can have in between, in the yellow range, in the red range, and in the blue range, turning to green and to black, to lunar black. And of course, you can also use the colors, one from the green range. Then you choose another red, which is not in the standard way, say horizontal. So you can use, for instance, Orioline. Then you can use burnt sienna for red. Then you can use indanthrone blue as blue, or phthalo blue, and so on. So you can have a very great range of colors in only 18 paints. You can also use a system. This is, for instance, you can see some colors that are good for yellow. Lunar red can be used also for red, and cobalt turquoise and French ultra for blue. Or you can use lunar earth and Orioline as yellow. You can use Perylene maroon, Venetian red, or Indian red, which are not on the palette, and you can as a red, and you can use cobalt turquoise, French ultramarine, and indanthrone blue, or sodalite genuine. So the concept is something which is in the yellow range, something that is in the red range, and something that is in the blue range. I also use some sticks which I carry with me when I go plein air. They are slightly different, but the concept is the same. Yellow ochre, burnt yellow ochre, ultramarine blue, as a classic triad for landscape. Piemontite as a dark earth color, reddish, and sodalite blue, which is almost neutral, bluish, dark. I can show some mixes. So this is Rioling. This is quinacridone rose. And this is cobalt blue. We can have a very good violet, very good orange. A fine green, a fine spring green. And you can have a beautiful neutral mix, very pearly, very light. If you use the classic Triad, you will have natural sienna, Montamiata natural sienna. Very warm and very cold. Burnt sienna light. And classic French ultramarine, which gives very good gray. You can see all these colors are very good for landscape, and I find it especially for Italian landscape. All together, they give a very neutral gray. The other triad is nickel azo yellow. Deep scarlet, which is a warm color. And phthalo blue red shade. With this color, you can have a very classic landscape like this. I painted this on plein air, and it is nickel azo yellow. The red is not deep scarlet, but it is permanent alizarin crimson and ultramarine blue. You can see all the shades you can and tints you can have with these three colors. And a similar one is this, also painted en plein air, which is Aureolin, Venetian red, cobalt blue, and a little sodalite genuine for adding some darker spots, some darker accents. Okay, let's go on. This is one of the first Triad I used many years ago, about more than 20 years ago, which is quinacridone gold, which is the new version that I find a little redder than the old pigment orange 49 that is now not available. Perylene maroon, which is you can consider it a stronger version of the deep scarlet, and Indanthrone blue, which is a very subtle color, not so much strong if you dilute it well, and it also gives a very useful neutral gray. And also, when you mix all the three together, so all depends on the subject, on the motif you have in front of you when you are plein air. And of course, you can use different colors. For instance, this one, which is a spring palette, which is Naples yellow, wisteria for yellow, wisteria for red, lavender for blue, and you can also have serpentine genuine, so you have very delicate colors, and you can have a very special moody spring palette. In recent times, I also tried to create another kind of palette. This one, which is not in my dot card, by the way, which has Tiger's Eye genuine as a yellow, Lunar Earth as a red, Zoisite as a green, Kyanite genuine for blue, and just a color for having very dark mixes. It is Van Dyke brown. I used this in a very recent series. These are very quick studies.
That's beautiful. Those colors are gorgeous together.
And this a larger version. The twin of this is will be shown in Caudete Festival next days.
Fantastic, Raffaele. I love them.
This is what I do in very few minutes. I'm plein air and very quick, and I use very big brushes for this kind of painting. And this is the Korean brushes. And this is one of the smallest. And before we are back to, I also painted this in the Fabriano in Aquarello in Bologna. This is the first I painted using this five colors, which are almost a triad plus something. And these are the first sketches I made in Bologna the first day of the Fabriano in Aquarello meeting. And a girl from Rome told, I like very much these rotten colors. Okay. In a moment we are back to the dot card, and this is These are colors that paintings that I used with only Primatex, and only Primatex that mined in the USA, because the paintings went to the USA for a collection, and they are Mayan Blue, Sedona Genuine, Hematite Violet, Jadeite, Piemontite, Bloodstone, Sleeping Beauty, and Kingman Green. They are not realistic, in fact, but they are really atmospheric. This, this, and this. Okay, let's go back to the standard palette, to the dot cards. Allora, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, for a landscape, you can use one of these triads, adding something more. For instance, you can make a split triad, or you can have two yellows, a red and a blue. You can have one yellow, or in the yellow range, two reds, very different reds, and one blue, or you can have a yellow, a red, and two very different blues. Or you can add some colors, which you can mix with anything, which is goethite, hematite, and all around green, which helps when you desperately need a green, like the old viridian that was the only of phthalo green, which are the only green in my older palettes. This is not a yellow, red, blue triad, but it is very, very useful in landscapes. Also, this gives also a very good neutral. The last triad is bronzite for as a yellow. It could be also green tiger's eye genuine, lunar earth as a red. This is a color I love very much, and I use very, very often in my landscapes. And the classic lunar black. Which gives very interesting combinations with lunar earth. I can show, for instance, a case in which you can use standard palette with a split color. So let's say classic Monte Amiata Natural Sienna, Burnt Sienna Light, and French Ultramarine. Of course, you can't have a real green using these colors. So you can split the yellow range, and you can add nickel as a yellow, for instance. So you have two yellows, one red and one blue. If you combine these and these, you have a very natural green, and the palette is split this way. It is the yellow, it is the red, it is the blue. This is a combination of this with this. Of course, you can warm this green, adding Monte Amiata. You can have a very, very muted green. But nickel as a yellow helps to have a very bright green that you can, of course, obtain with French ultramarine and Monte Amiata natural sienna. I can also show very quickly. Another combination of the basic palette, Aureolin, Quinacridone Rose, Verditer Blue. These are the colors that you can have using only these three primaries, and you can have a very, very brilliant and bright range. And you add Bloodstone Genuine for granulating and for muting, for neutralizing all the brightness of these colors. So these are only the colors of Triad, and these are the color with the Bloodstone added. It is a very long. It takes more time to explain very well this. This is Monte Amiata, Urban Sienna, and French Ultramarine plus Bloodstone. This is the Triad. This is what I can have by mixing the Bloodstone Genuine. And also with this mother and the organic Triad, Nickel Azo, Deep Scarlet, and the Indantron Blue, which gives a maybe the most complete range in a medium way, plus Bloodstone Genuine for granulating and for muting, for neutralizing all the bright colors.
Very nice.
I think I am in time now.
Very nice. Thank you, Raffaele.
More about that next time.
Thank
So
you.
Raffaele and Lorena are on almost every week. So if you have messages, you can talk to them via Facebook. They also have sites that you can actually go to their sites. Thank you both for taking time today to show us your triads and how you use them. It was wonderful.
Fantastic afternoon.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Thank you,
Thank
everybody.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Lorena.
Raffaele. Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Raffaele.
Bye-bye,
Fantastic.
everyone.
Thank you,